Good day, it is April the 24th, and today we are going to continue in John 19, doing verses 8 through 11, and Proverbs 24. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, that was a harsh remember. When I post these videos, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. And we begin, John 19, starting verse 8. Therefore, when Pilate heard that saying, he was the more afraid. 9. And went again into the praetorium, and said to Jesus, Where are you from? But Jesus gave no answer. 10. Then Pilate said to him, Are you not speaking to me? Do you not know that I have the power to crucify you, and the power to release you? 11. Jesus answered, You could have no power against me, no power at all against me, unless it had been given from above. Therefore, the one who delivered me to you has the greater sin. Verse 8. Therefore, when the Pilate heard that saying, he was the more afraid. The charge of blasphemy, because in one of the other Gospels, at least one, Pilate's wife came to him earlier and said, I have nothing to do with that man. And his wife, he thought, was a seeress, a prophetess. Verse 9, she said she had it in a dream. And then went again into the praetorium and said to Jesus, Where are you from? But Jesus gave him no answer. Now, what's your origin? And Jesus didn't give an answer because he wouldn't have understood the answer. Verse 10, Then Pilate said to him, Are you not speaking to me? Do you not know that I have the power to crucify you and the power to release you? He's saying, You're foolish not to answer. You know that, right? I have the power, that is the authority, to crucify you, and I have the power or the authority to release you. So, what gives? Talk to me. And verse 11, Jesus answered, You could have no power at all against me unless it had been given to you from above. Therefore, the one who delivered me to you has the greater sin. You not could have no power, but would have no power unless it was given to you from above, that is from God. And Judas, he betrayed them to the Sanhedrin, not to the Romans. The Romans, or the Sanhedrin's, the ones that delivered them to the Romans. So, they knew who he was supposed to be, and they didn't care. Proverbs 24. Be not thou envious of evil men, neither desire to be with them. For their heart studieth destruction, and their lips talk of mischief. Yeah, don't want to be with evil people, no matter how prosperous they may seem. 3. Though through wisdom is a house builded, and by understanding it is established, and by knowledge are the chambers filled with all precious and pleasant rules. Riches, pleasant riches. You have to know what you're doing. You got understanding and wisdom and knowledge. That's how you build a house. Godly knowledge and wisdom and understanding. 5. A wise man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increases strength. For with wise advice thou shalt make war, and a multitude of counselors there is safety. Yeah. Get advice. Don't try and go it alone, you can't. 7. Wisdom is as unattainable to a fool as corals. He opened not his mouth in the gate. The gate is where they did transactions, judgments, contracts, disputes, settle disputes in that. And so for only the most important people could speak there. And he's saying wisdom, the most wise people also. He's saying wisdom is unattainable to fools as coral is. Coral, you have to dive deep, deep, deep down, and it's very difficult to get. 8. He that devises to do evil, men shall call him a mischievous person. The thought of foolishness is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to me. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small indeed. Deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain wilt thou forbear to rescue. If thou sayest, Behold, we knew not this, does not he that weighs the heart consider it? And he that keepeth the soul, does he not know it? And shall not he render every man according to his works? In other words, you see someone in trouble, perishing, in need, ready to be killed, and you can't be going, I didn't know about it. God knows you knew. 13. My son, eat thou honey, for it is good, and the honeycomb is sweet to thy taste. 14. So know thou wisdom is to be thy soul. If thou hast found it, then there shall be a future, and thy hope shall not be cut off. Wisdom is as sweet to the soul as honey is to the tongue. And wisdom plans your future, and there is always hope. 23. These also are the sayings of the wise. To have respect to persons in judgment is not good. In other words, don't base your decision on what position or who the person is, but on the facts of what they're accused of doing, or how qualified they are. 24. He that saith unto the wicked, Thou art righteous, people shall curse them, nations shall execrate them. 25. But to them that decide justly shall be delight, and a good blessing shall come upon them. 26. He kisses the lips that them that give a right answer. 27. Prepare thy work without, and make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thy home. Get everything ready. 28. Be not a witness against thy neighbor without cause, and deceive not with thy lips. Say not, I will do so to him as he had done to me. I will render a man according to his work. Don't harm, don't deceive, don't repay evil with evil. Don't do paybacks. Let God handle it. That doesn't mean you don't file police reports or let the proper person know, but you don't handle it yourself. And don't take glee in filing these reports. 30. I went by the field of the slothful, by the vineyard of a man voiding understanding. In other words, it's a lazy person, and he doesn't know what he's doing. 31. And lo, it was all grown over with thistles, and the face thereof was covered with nettles, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. It was a mess. It was overgrown, gone to seed. 32. Then I beheld and considered well, and I saw and received instruction. I looked things over very carefully, and then I received instructions. 33. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding hands to sleep. He know what caused it, laziness. 34. So shall poverty come as a runner, and thy want as an armed man. You shall be broke, you shall be in poverty as if it ran up upon you, and you shall be in need as if you were stolen from, and not by an armed man. I hope you've been blessed by this reading. May the Lord richly bless you. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Remember, Jesus loves you, so do I.